I'm going to show you how to replace a broken iPhone screen. This is a iPhone 6, so we'll go through it and see how to do it. Okay, so let's get onto it. Now, there's a brand new screen here. Who knows what the quality is? You never quite know what you're going to get when you buy stuff. We'll see how we go. So first thing I'll do is take the screws at the bottom here. And these are these little pentalobe screws. The actual official designation is this. It's marked on the bottom there. If you can see that. I don't know. What's that? Pentalobe 0.8. Anyway, let's get this out. When you buy screens, you do actually often get little packs that come with them. I'll show you in a second. Which have screws and stuff like screwdrivers and tools for you to use to do it yourself. Like here's the pack here that came with this one. Because I bought two screens, I bought one for a 6S as well. It's come with two packs. You got generic little cheap screwdrivers come with them and little leverage tools and things like that. So these are basically all the tools you need to get in there. Little suction cup as well, that kind of thing. So I've got my own tools which I prefer to use if I can. But you can use those fine. I've used those plenty of times in the past. So that's those two screws out, which I've now put to one side over here. So I've got this little grippy thing here. These are quite cheap to get. If you follow my Banggood links down below in my description, if you go to Banggood and do a search for suction cup tool or something like that, you probably find one. Screen removal tool might be under that. So we'll see if this goes. I mean, because it's got these cracks, it may not work. There we go, it worked. Great. So see how easy that was. Now some phones, this one doesn't have it, but there are some phones that have a little flex across here from the home button. I can't remember which one it was now. I can't remember which phone has that, but there's a little flex right here, so you have to be really careful with some phones. But you always be careful what you're doing. Some phones fold to the right, some fold upwards depending on what model it is. And only fold them so far because there's little flex cables here, and you have to be careful with damaging. Normally, as you're replacing the whole assembly anyway, probably doesn't matter so much, but there is the home button assembly and stuff like that, so that may matter. So the very first thing we've got to do is pop this up. So I have a little stand here which just holds the screen about the way, that way you don't have to worry about touching it. Makes it a lot easier. So once you've done that, obviously I've already turned the phone off before I started, I should have demonstrated that. But get in here, move this little cover right here, try and get my arms out of the way, and that is what covers up the battery terminal. You have to disconnect the battery first to make sure you don't short anything out and that kind of thing. There's two screws, different lengths. The shorter screw is the top corner, longer screw is this corner. Alright, don't get them mixed up. Otherwise you'll end up doing long screw damage and you don't want to do that. So there's a battery connector there. Let's pop this off the plastic tool. And get in there. There we go, that's the battery disconnected. Let's get a bit closer with this camera, I think. Just change angle slightly. I'll be back in a second. Okay, should be slightly better. Now I need a different screwdriver, oh sorry, someone I was using just then, to take these screws out. There's 6 screws, I think. Might be 5 screws to get out from here. Now usually the top right one is a non-magnetic screw. So that one right there usually isn't magnetic because it's near the compass. In this case it is magnetic. Anyway, you can lay them out on the bench in the order I take them out in. Okay. So they're in the same profile. You can do this different ways, but I just lay them on the bench in the order I take them out in. It's just the way I tend to work. That way you don't get them mixed up. So they're in the same pattern. Just have to be careful not to knock them. But the benefit of doing a video is that it does get disturbed. I can probably still reference it. That one does not want to go into my driver. There we go. That's interesting. It didn't want to lock into the driver. That's weird. So something wrong with the head of the screw. Might be, yeah, it's a badly formed head, that one. It's slightly It's like someone slightly stripped it at some point. Anyway, let's put this little cover off. Let's get some tweezers. Okay, being organised is quite a critical thing. Again, plastic tool. Don't dig right into it because there are components right by these connectors, and you can easily knock a component off the board and lose, you know, the screen or the touch sensitivity or something like that. Just don't rush, just gently pry them all off. They will all come up. That's it. Okay, there's four flexes you have to disconnect. Okay, so that's now the screen off. Battery looks good, it's not really bulged. I mean, they do tend to have a little bit of shape to anyway, but it's pretty flat. Battery looks fine. Original Apple battery, so it's still going. So let's just move these to one side, give us some room to work. And here's a new screen. Hopefully it's the right one. So I've got a 6 and a 6S at the same time, so I'm guessing I've got the right one out of the packet. Just have taped it up carefully so it doesn't fall apart. Give them some credit. Right. So here's the screen. So we've got to transfer parts over from this screen onto this one, such as the camera and that sort of stuff. So it looks like the same unit. So it's got some slightly different markings over here is what I was looking at. Okay. So we've got to basically get these parts from here, put them on here. Sounds simple, doesn't it? We've got to take this metal plate off. It's got to be transferred over. There's like this sticker here. This has to be peeled off. Don't forget to do that. It's very easy to forget to do that. I've done it once before myself, and someone pointed out to me in the video. I thought, oops, yes, you're right. So that gets peeled off. Don't forget to peel that off. That's just to protect the back of the screen from getting damaged or so. So we've got to take this panel off. We've got to take the home button off. We've got to take off the camera. So we'll take the camera off first. We'll start there. Although the whole lot's got to come off anyway. So again, make sure the screws are in the correct sequence. There probably is a better way of actually knowing which way to do these. And I mean, I'm not that familiar with doing this. I don't do this sort of thing all the time. At least not on iPhones. You know, I do replacements, but it's not like I do it full time. It's not my job. So your little shield comes off, and there is the camera assembly here. There, and there's the earphone assembly. Just there as well. So pop the earphone assembly out. Right, so there's the camera on that little flex there, and also stuff's got to come out as well. So we've got a few things here. We've got a little bezel, little plastic bezel here, which has to come out. So I might get some different tweezers for this. Some not quite so nice ones, which I don't mind leaning on a little bit. So there's a little clear plastic bezel in here, which has to be popped out. Got to get behind it and get that levered off because it's kind of stuck down. Here we go. So there's a little bezel there. This has to go into here. Why they don't just include it in the first place, I don't know. But it's one of these things you have to transfer over. We have the little rubber boot there. We have light sensor and stuff up here which we've got to lift off. And try and get underneath this. Again, it's all stuck down. There we go. So that's that light sensor part there. This comparing, yep. And there's also another little bezel in there for the light sensor which needs to be lifted up too. Okay, so I've got to get this, that's the microphone. That's all got to come out too. So if we compare the two, there's some double-sided tape in there ready to stick down. Alright. So all this has got to come out. So this piece here has got to come out as well. And it's stuck down. So you have to be careful not to damage that flex as well. So it's all these little fiddly bits you've got to do, which is what makes this a bit of a pain. I mean, really, if you can, just get a whole assembly complete with everything on it. It's just far easier. But you pay a bit more for it. So let's try and get in here. Which bit am I supposed to be lifting? It is just that bit there. So again, I've got to be careful not to damage anything. Just change tweezers, which are a bit less likely to poke in. Try and lift it up. I mean, if you need to, you can use a bit of hot air, just to just a little bit, just to soften the adhesive and that sort of stuff. But again, just don't rush it. You just take it nice and slow and gentle. Don't force anything, and it will just eventually pop up. So this is glued down. Let's just pop this whole thing out. Actually, it might be a bit easy to see. So the rubber boot there's lifting up with it. So let's peel the rubber boot off. There we go. So that's that part dismantled as well. Now, so I've got to get this little bezel here out, which you may or may not be able to see. There we go. So this little plastic bezel that also has to go to the new screen. Drop that in there. Hopefully the original adhesive is adequate to hold it in place, but it may not. It may need to be, tacked in there. We'll see how it goes once we put the bits together. Alright, so that's like the most fiddly part, is getting all these bits off, ready to be moved. So there's that part, there's that flex there. Alright. So that's the camera, light sensor, and the connections for the speaker. Let's move those out of the way. Did I show you that? I mean, was it in shot? I don't know. Probably being close up. Alright, so that's that flex. It shows all those bits there. Now we'll take this metal plate off and the home button. So we'll start the home button. Again, be careful not to mix screws up. Often it matters, sometimes it doesn't, but often it does. And there's that plate. And try and get over here a bit more so you can shot better. It's the problem with being close, it's just keep going out of shot. Okay, so there's the home button behind that plate. So that can be pushed out. Just get your finger behind it and just give it a push, just gently. You may need to heat it up a little bit as well, just to get the glue to release. But anyway, there's a couple of things I need to do as well before I get too carried away with that. I need to disconnect the flex on the home button, which is just here. There we go. So that pops up. And I'm not in focus again. This is driving me nuts. Sorry about this. Okay. So let's get a bit closer so you can see what I just did. Right, so I just lifted that flex up there. Again, very careful you don't dig into the circuit boards or the connectors underneath, or any components that might be around the connectors. Be careful about that. Right, so that's that. Now, this flex can be lifted up now. And I'm going to use my little spudger here to get under there. Hopefully it's sharp enough. Be careful not to tear it. If you damage this, you've got big problems. There we go. That's that released. So now it's got to get the button itself out. So put a little bit of heat on that, it will come out easy. So let's just do that. Just softens the adhesive. then just pop it out. It's one of those things, just don't force it, you don't want to tear the bloody rubber. Okay. Put this off. Nice and gentle and slow, give it a chance to relax. Right, that's that out. So I'm going to put this back in the new one. It's got these two little posts that go onto this ribbon here. So if those don't drop on, you know you slightly have alignment. And I am slightly out of alignment. So let's just give it a tweak. Let's got this bloody colour, stop me pushing. Okay, I think we're good there. Yep, that looks right. So I'm just going to push that down. Push that surround down. Try to make sure it's all seated. Right. So that's the home button transferred over. Okay. Now we can take the metal plate off this one. Because there's a flex on the back of this plate for the home button, which you have to obviously transfer. These screws are all the same, so you don't have to worry about these too much. It's a bit of a tedious process doing these things, but that's what it is. It's not hard, you have to be slow, methodical, and don't force anything, basically. So let's pop this off. Now, we'll try and get the flex up as well, so let's just pick this up. So this end will lift. Okay. And if I try and show you inside there, I don't know if you'll be able to see anything or not. It's basically just the flex just holding it on there and there. Alright? So we have to lift this flex off. So it's like a bit of tape you've got to get off. Just here. So there's a little tab. Little tab there. Okay, so let's peel this up. There we go. That's it. It's up. Alright. We should. Oh, I've got one more screw here I've missed. Missed one screw. There we go. Now it'll come off. Alright, so that's the old screen off. Now to reverse the process and put it all back together again. So let's just turn it around this way, so it's the same way around. Might be better for you to see anyway. So we'll drop this in place. Move this home button flex out of the way. Again, just be really gentle, don't force anything, don't kink any cables over. Alright, so I get that seated down, get the screws in, then I can make sure that flex sits in the right place. Start with a screw here. Now wait, I'm almost forgetting something. This is supposed to fold over here like this. Okay. So I actually need to move that like so. because if you look at the other one, the original, see that it's folded over underneath the shield. Right, so I need to make sure I do the same thing on this one. Okay. So before I attach this end of the shield, I've got to fold it down. Kind of stuck together. So I've got this adhesive here I've got to peel off, so I can then stick it down. I've got to do that. If we're getting shot, might be a bit better for you too. Okay, just turn it around. Okay, so there's this strip here I've got to peel off. Do it carefully to not pull on anything. Okay. Alright, let's fold this over. There we go, I'll sit down like that now, behind that shield. Like that. I don't know why I do it like that, but I do. It's a bit weird. Anyway, back to putting screws in. Any tools you use, have them magnetised. It makes it a lot easier than doing stuff. You can just stick the screw on the end of it and just put it in place. Just far easier. I say as I'll screw one up. Roll my screw one up. Okay, so now back to the home button. So, I've got the home button folded away. I've got this flex I've got to pop down. Now, yes it does, there we go. It's got like a little channel that goes inside here, it's a little lip. So you've got to make sure you sit it down in there. And then just stick that back down again. And you should be good. Then we can fold the flex back over and pop it up. Okay, put the cover back on. So it's got this little buffer on the back there that holds the connector down. So you put it back down there. It's got a little locating pin here which it sits through to help locate it. Try and show you when I get close enough. I've got to change this camera angle again. This is just getting ridiculous. Oh, alright. Here we go. So a little pin sticking up through there. Now you put the two screws back in. So make sure the other one lines up before we tighten this one down. Okay, so that's the home button end done. Back to this end, which is the fiddly end. So we have to try and get all this stuff back in, and it also has to sit in the correct layers on here. So this has got to tuck behind that one, I think, like that. You have to come off in the right sequence of this flex, otherwise you can't get the things down. So let's just have a look at this board here and let's actually see how they need to go to make sure we definitely get them right. Matter of trying to figure out which connectors are which on here, because you've got three lengths. Yeah, in focus. Three lengths, you've got a longer one, the short one and then the medium one. Right, so longer one's this one, and that one is the short one. So this is the medium one. So this one does just go on top. That's fine. So this is the fiddly bit. We've got to put all this lot back in here. Now I've got those little bezels in there, but they're not glued. Right, that may or may not be a problem. Sometimes you have to put a little bit of adhesive in there. Sometimes they'll will stick themselves down. There's this little blue bit of tape here which I've got to peel out, which sticks down the microphone. And yeah, it's all just very fiddly. You know, you've got to try and push things back into where they're supposed to go and whatever. So I'll peel this off, stick this microphone down first, get that aligned. Alright. And then we've got to try and do the light sensors and what have you. So we'll get tweezers in there, get this tape up. So basically it's reversing what we did before when we put the thing, or took the thing out the other unit. So now there does have a little post in here, a little plastic post. Just see it, maybe get it behind a tweezer. So it's got a little hole in the microphone that goes through that post. Well, the post goes over it. So let's try and get that lined up over the post, and then I can push it down. Post, push down. Right. See, there's the post there. So that's that part. Now I'll drop these other bits and pieces in. Get them lined up. Yeah, they've dropped in. Drop the camera into that bezel. Great. Almost. It's all falling apart again. Because that's what it does. Okay. That's what going in. That's what going in. Now, what I've got to do as well is get the earpiece in there as well. So it sort of sandwiches between these. So let's make sure it does all line up. So that's good. So now I've got to get the earpiece in there. It's got to go into the rubber boot. That's gone in. Now we can fold this down. And again, it's got some little posts, which this little ribbon's got to go over to line it up. Put the camera in. Right. Now I've got to kind of hold this together whilst putting the shield on. Let's just rotate. Okay, everything's got to stay lined up. So it gets a little bit fiddly. Now, there's probably a better way of doing this, but yeah, I haven't figured it out yet. So I don't do enough of these to worry about optimization of what I'm doing. Now, is that shifted? I think it might have done. Yeah. There we go. So I have to make sure that the posts also pass into the metal piece here, but the ribbon had shifted slightly then. Okay. Nope, I moved it again. So this is the fiddly bit, this is the bit I don't like doing. And my voice is going. I'm getting sick recently, I think. Now, let's get a screw in here, hold the thing down. Now I'm going to go for the middle screw. Going to go for the left screw. Right, that should hold it by have a look at it. I think that bezel's sitting slightly wrong place in the camera. So once it's in place, then I'll probably chuck a little bit of adhesive just on the side here, just to hold it. I've got some stuff which is not too bad. It doesn't. If you use super glue, it will travel and it will just mask everything. You don't use super glue. The fumes correct layers and films and stuff. So, camera's looking pretty centered there. That's pretty good there, I think. That's in the right place. Yeah. So the other stuff should be fine. That's all located in place. Alright, let's put this last screw in there. Don't get stuck into them doing tight, just until they stop, and just give it like a fraction more. Don't force them. If you try and force them, you end up stripping them out or causing some damage. Right, so that's the ribbons done. That is ready to try out. So before I actually attach it, like put the shields and everything on, I'm just going to attach the thing to the phone, and we'll power it up and see what we get. I don't have the orientation correct for a start. I don't have the code for this, but I don't know if it needs one. We'll find out. So got in now. Here we go. Yeah, it's slightly sideways. That's right. Now put this one on. Now I'm going to stand this up. Okay, so that's down. Let's plug in the battery. Let's try it out. Let's see what we get. Power button feels a bit sticky on this phone. Doesn't feel like, it doesn't actually click. It just smells a bit. I don't know, maybe it's got dirt in there or something. I might have a look at that. Give it a chance to boot up and we'll see what happens. I'll come back in a second. Okay, you have a screen that's obviously been reset. So we have touch, great. Your touch and stuff is working. So I can't test the camera in its current state. I'll start to give it to them and say, give it a go to see how it tries out, you know. Obviously I've got to put the adhesive on that camera to hold it in place so it doesn't move. But yeah, I think I'll call that done. So before I finish up, I've got to put these shields back on again. So the first thing I'll do is put the battery back out. I think this spudger's had its day. It's not as sharp as it used to be. There we go. Right. So now we can put these shields back on again. Then we can finish up. So I'll do the top shield first with the cables. Again, you have to make sure you're not using the wrong screw in the wrong place, because that's always bad. Don't long screw damage your phone. It's like, unless you can find someone that can fix that sort of thing, then your phone's screwed. Some people can fix it. I mean, this is way beyond what I can do. Long screw damage, nah, that's beyond me. Just about there. So I've already proven it works. That's that done. Now put the battery shield back on. Put the battery back up again. No, I've got past the point where I risk dropping a screw into electronics and shorting it out. Well, I'm not completely past it. I've still got to do it now. Magnetic. There we go. Okay, we're done. Let's put the thing back together. Now, let's hook the top in. It's got like hooks up there, you see, so you have to get the top in first and then just work it down the sides. Just nice and gently. Give it a bit of a wiggle as well, because it's got to kind of latch in. And then finally at the bottom. Then just press the whole thing. And it should be good. A common problem with these phones is the screen, or the chassis bending. If you look at this one, I don't know if this is bent or not. Can you see down here? Oh, is it bent? It's got a slight bend in it. Yes, not much, it's very slight. There you go, it's a bit more on that side. So it happens on these phones. It's one of the things you have to be careful. Like these phones, don't stick in your back pocket. Just don't do it. So let's put the 2 pentalobe screws in the bottom. Which I might have to fiddle around getting lined up. Here we go, that's one. And 2. Okay. Again, don't over tighten things. So that's it. It's done. Now, some of the cases, some of the phones I've purchased, some of the screens I've purchased in the past have come with a screen protector as well. I should actually figure out which seller I bought those things from and just keep buying from them because they've been good quality screens, good quality screen protectors. This doesn't come with one; it's just got the film, which I've just peeled off. So, yeah. Anyway, here we go. That's one repair completed. Subscribe, click the bell icon, that sort of stuff. Share the video too if you want people to know how to replace their own iPhone screens. Buy my merch, cups in different colours like iFix stuff. Check those out too at my Teespring store down below. Or if you want to buy stuff, go to Banggood, AliExpress links, Amazon affiliate links, we've got those down there too. Catch you later.
Watch more.